Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Girls Who Like Hoops podcast. I'm Tori. First of all, like and subscribe on whatever you're listening to this on. Follow me so that you can stay up to date on new episodes. There's supposed to be new episodes every Friday at noon. Don't know if this is making it up by noon. Full transparency, I have had like a really rough week. Not to be that girl and come on here and complain, but well, this is my podcast and I'm gonna do what I want. So I was actually getting sick last week when I recorded the last episode, and then that next day my throat was feeling really swollen. So I went to urgent care, and then I got some steroids, and then I got an inhaler, and so I might be coughing a little bit throughout this episode. Anyways, that's besides the point. Did that, haven't been feeling well, so I didn't even get to watch a lot of the games this week. So I had to go back and watch them in preparation for this episode, right? So then all week I've been trying to catch up on the games, but then I just haven't really been feeling that great. And I'm not gonna lie, I had an emotional, mental breakdown the other day. Not, I don't want people to think that I'm unstable or anything, but like life is hard. Okay, it's hard out here, and so then that happened, and I wasn't feeling any better, and then I started feeling better, and then I still hadn't watched the games, and then it had turned into this whole thing, and then we got to here and it was time to record the episode, and then I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many people listening, and then what if I suck, and what if I'm not good? And then I went and recorded like a whole episode, and like I had been recording for like an hour and a half, and I was like, this episode doesn't feel like me. And then I stopped, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I can't post, like I'm a loser, I'm never gonna be able to do it. People no, like people are gonna hate me, this is the worst episode ever. And then I didn't post it and I deleted it, and then I was like, oh my gosh, why did I delete it? And then it was a whole thing, and then I had like, I wouldn't say a breakdown because I wasn't crying to the level I was earlier this week, but I've been through a lot this week. I have. Mental health is important. If you check on your friends, yeah, check on your funny friends, check on your friends who maybe don't reach out that often. Check on them, check on them, check on you. Honestly, mental health is important. And so there were so many games last week. I was honestly low-key overwhelmed when I recorded the last episode. I was like, this isn't good. Like it was just too much going on. So we're gonna come back, we're gonna reel it in. First of all, also, I'm gonna be getting into Charles Barkley's ass in like 10, give me 10 minutes. um it's supposed to be respect your elders, but it really is fuck that elder right there, because I got something for him. Anyways, but I figured this week I had this lovely little map. Look, I have, if you're on the audio, there's fingerprints on my iPad, not too much. At least I got an iPad, okay? First of all, don't say nothing in the comments. I have this lovely little map here, and we're just gonna go through, and I watched most of the games, but again, there were just far too many. And we're just gonna go through, and I'm gonna give my notes team by team. I'm gonna give y'all a good 30, because honestly, I'm not really feeling it this week. I'm really not. My throat is swollen again. Well, I'm not going to sit here and complain for too much time. Okay, I'm done. So I do want to first of all start off by saying I think that we just, I love the community that's being built on Twitter, TikTok, WNBA stuff, the comments, people on Instagram. It's all great. It's all cool. I do think that like the mental health of the players is also very important, the same way that I think everybody's mental health is important. And I think it is important. I've said important a lot because it's important. But I think it's just, we really have to be a little more mindful of the stuff that we're saying on the internet, you know. Anyways, I feel like mental health is important for everybody, and I am really kind of sad to see how many people have been saying so many hurtful things about Aliyah Boston and everything. Like, that girl deserves respect on her name. Like, she was rookie of the year last year. So what? She's not having a good start to the season. Like, that girl basically had that team on her back last year. Like, I need people to calm down, slow it down. It's one thing to analyze a player, it's one thing to analyze a team or whatever and have stuff to say about that, but it's a whole other thing to be kind of harassing people and running them off the internet. And like, I hope some people are just, I need us to rein it in. I need us to reel it in a little bit, but we're going to get on that in a second. And like I said, I have something for Charles Barkley's ass real quick. And I'm not even really a girl who, I don't even want to be out here cussing like this. Let's actually start there. Yeah, actually, you know where we should start? Angel Reese and them girls who play for the Chicago Sky done went and cooked the New York Liberty. I'm going to be honest with you. Somebody DM'd me earlier today when I was trying to record that damn podcast, the first version, and they were like, oh, who do you got for the Sky versus Liberty game? And I thought on it, and I was like, I really don't know, because I'm going to be honest, the Sky, the games that I've seen them play recently, I'm not going to lie, haven't been that impressed. No shade. No shade. I couldn't play basketball. I couldn't get out there and play on the court. Somebody could ask me to run a mile right now, and I would probably be throwing up and sore for the next 2-3 days. So not too much. But when I've seen their matchups recently, it hasn't been like oh my gosh, this was such a great game. Like, they beat the Wings that day. That was good. But like, I was kind of like, I don't like the Liberty. Ooh. Hold on. Let me find it. I don't not like the Liberty, but like, I don't really want to see them win, if I'm honest. So like, it's always F the New York Liberty. But hold on, let me find it. I'm okay with anybody beating the Liberty. So it's always going to be the WNBA versus the Liberty to me. That's just me, though. That's just me. I don't really like how they move over there. Something about the New York Liberty, I don't really like how they move. No shade because they play great defense, but we'll get into that in a second. Back to Charles Barkley's bum, bald-headed ass. Let's get there. I think we've all seen the video with Charles Barkley. I think we've all seen that. Yeah. There's a lot to unpack here. I was going to try to come from it from a professional standpoint, but at the end of the day, I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl with a mic and a camera, and somebody has to say it. It's supposed to be respect your elders, but fuck that elder, honestly, and I mean that with my chest. I have a lot of problems with what Charles Barkley said. I do. My main problem, though, with the entirety of that situation is that not a single man sitting up there pushed back on what Charles Barkley said. I don't even think that we even need to have the discussion. I was going to talk about media framing and how everything's getting out of hand and out of reach and all of this stuff. And I was going to break that down and talk about how important it is for the WNBA and how sports teams, because if we're going to be honest with ourselves, growing up, when I came home from school, my dad would be watching ESPN. He's watching Around the Horn, PTI. Nobody was talking about women's sports. When the U.S. women's national team for the soccer players, when they were out here saying we need to be paid more, we deserve to be paid more because we're winning, but we're being paid less than the men, and people were acting like that was an outrageous ask. They were acting like it was just so insane people to be wanting more and to not be settling for what they had. I'm telling you right now, Cameron Brink went on the podcast the other day with Paul George, and she talked about the media, things grow where the media waters them or whatever. We also the clip. My problem here, yes, Charles Barkley, old, whatever, set in his way, I don't care, whatever. My problem is Draymond Green comes on this internet every week on his podcast, multiple times a week, I think, and he's always talking about the new media and how the new media needs to come in because the older people, it's out. Like that old way of media, it's out, and the players need to be in and all this stuff. He had an opportunity right there to be new media and to push back, and he didn't. I find it these are the moments when people are supposed to be pushing back on things, right? You're not supposed to wait till after the fact to say something. No. In the moment, somebody says something, you say something right then. You're supposed to be standing on business, right? These are all men. They're all hanging out and talking, yapping. They're supposed to be standing on business. Nobody at that table pushed back. Only thing I heard was, they're going to hate you. They're going to hate you. And here goes Charles Barkley. They can't do nothing to me. The problem here is that people think they're invincible. That's what the real problem is. The people on the TV, they think they're invincible. And you know what? Charles Barkley, he's made a lot of money. Can't do nothing to him. Draymond Green, he's made his money. Can't do nothing to him. But I have a problem with this here. You go, like I said, I come home and I'm watching TV, ESPN and stuff. Only in the more recent years have I heard women's sports being covered. And even when you do hear women's sports being covered, it's never for a long period of time. And maybe now, and that's when it's getting to the Pat McAfees, the Dave Portnoys, and a bunch of other people always talking about all of this stuff. First of all, let's get one thing straight. The WNBA has never been on no hater shit, bruh. Like, these players, for the most part, they play together almost all of their careers. When they grow up, they're playing AAU. They go to college, they're playing against each other. They go to the league, or they play overseas, or they're on Team USA. For the most part, unless something a little shifty went on in the background, everybody's cool. They go and they compete on the court, and they talk good about each other. It's always been about uplifting each other. It's always been that. And I don't know, and like, this is the problem with this, with so many eyes being on the WNBA, which is super great. I know you have to take the good with the bad, but it's just like, it definitely sucks that people can't just come in, see what the vibe is, and move forward with that. Keep the train going. No. Instead, people have to come in and they're disrupting the train. They're disrupting the vibe. We had a good thing going. And now people are being driven off deleting their social media and stuff and all of this stuff. And it's just become too much. It's become far too much. And I really hate that for these women, honestly. They deserve better. And it's only right that we as consumers demand better. And so I will publicly say, I'm demanding better from these journalists. I'm demanding better from these people who are hosting shows. I'm demanding better from announcers. I'm demanding better from commentators, because them commentators, some of them be on some bullshit. I'm demanding better from all of these things. I'm demanding better from ESPN, all these sports places. We deserve better. They deserve better. Like, it's just getting to the point where it's not even fun to even like engage in conversation about basketball anymore. Like, it's just not fun. Like, it's just, they've made it an insufferable situation. And I hate that. Like, this was a fun time. It was great. And then people always gotta ruin stuff. Like, damn, we can't have nothing around here. I hate that. I really do. Anyways, let's get into what happened this week. I don't even know where we're starting. Let me go to my little picture. I had this whole, again, I think when I lose my job, which is coming very soon, next Friday's my last day, big heart. So if y'all go ahead and like and subscribe, like we already been through the stuff, comment, get in share your opinions on the Charles Barkley stuff. Like, I don't even remember what I said. Like, I'm gonna cut most of it out because it was a little too long. I just kept yapping, but just nonsense. Very upsetting to see that from the people. Get in the comments and yap, though. Anyways, we're going to start with, I can't start with the Sun. Jesus Christ. We're going to start with Seattle Storm, okay? We're just going to do some quick briefings. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do some quick notes. Seattle Storm. Nneka finally got to play the other day against Caitlin Clark. I'll allow it. Did she get a 3 hit on her? Well, yes, but I think winning the game, you still won. You know what I'm saying? And it's like she got put in the game and she went, saved the ball from going out of bounds. That was good. Hustled back. Okay, got to look at an open 3. Had it gone in, I'm telling you right now, they would have had statues. Yeah, they would have had statues there immediately, I think. But, we can't have it all. First game, debut, you know what I'm saying? Hasn't been able to see any action yet, but you know what? It was a good, she was out there. You know what I'm saying? She was out there. She saw the floor. She gave good energy, good vibes. And sometimes that's all you need. You know, sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes you don't need the flashy stuff. Okay. She gave you vibes. And that's all we wanted. We wanted the girl out on the court, and we got that. Nice Visa approval shirt. Boom. Put it on the screen. Iconic behavior. Nneka Ogwumike was out for 2 of the games since this last podcast episode. Sprained ankle. Came back versus the Indiana Fever. Excellent work. My God. Gave you 31, I think. She either gave you 30. I think she gave you 31 points, something like that. I don't know. It was something in the 30s. She shifted the game. Nneka Ogwumike, I'm telling you right now, this Storm team is going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. Jewell Loyd, Gold Mamba, did what she does. Shot finally started falling. Shot hadn't been falling all week. Hadn't been quite inefficient, actually. And I love me some Jewell Loyd, but hey, shots weren't falling. She was trying to get something going the other day when they played the Liberty. She went to that foul line. She went to that free throw line. She couldn't get nothing going. She said, I'm going to the free throw line. And did. You're never going to catch me hating. Never going to catch me hating on that. Can't get it going. Get the foul. Go to the line. Stay in the game. They did what they need to do. Had a great game at the home opener. Saved the day, basically. Not even saved the day, because I don't even think that they were ever really in. It was never really like... I don't really think there was ever a question about them winning this game, honestly. The Fever looked not like atrocious, but they didn't look great. But have they looked great? Debatable. Jewell Loyd, though, was cooking, feasting in the paint all the time, hitting the mid-range, like just giving it to you any way she could. From the 3, on the rim, mid-range, dribble, pull up, dribble, penetrate, pass out. I'm telling you, she was doing it all. Sammy Whitcomb, I saw your defense on Caitlin Clark, and you were cooking. You were cooking. I fear. You did good. And even did good in that Liberty game. Did good. But once Skylar Diggins had to get up out of there, Sammy Whitcomb came in there, did what she needed to do, played good defense on Caitlin. I thought it was great work. Skylar Diggins Smith just came back from having a child, and then didn't really get to didn't get to practice in the practice facility, something like that. Something was going on in Phoenix. It wasn't a good situation. Glad she got out of there, but I think she's been facilitating well, and I think that's what I liked a lot about. Not the Liberty game, but it was a different game. I can't remember who they played. I want to say it was the Mystics. Yeah, it was the Mystics. I felt like she facilitated well that game. Her shot, she just needs to get her shot going. And once it starts going, it's going to be great. I think you could tell that she was getting a little bit frustrated, especially against the Fever. But even like in the games previous to then, I think, like, you know, she has always played at a very high, exceptional level. Like, I think 2 seasons ago, she was in the MVP conversation, or should have been in the MVP conversation. And she's used to being great all the time. And that's kind of like the standard and the level that's been set for her. And I can understand the frustration of not, like, being able to do what you know you can do. I think it might be a mental thing, maybe. I don't know. But she definitely has it in the tank. She looks great. She's definitely getting up and down the court. Like, she's still in great shape. I think it's just going to take a little bit of time. But once she gets that shot falling, and then you have Jewell Loyd, and let me not forget Ezzy Magbegor. Let's talk about it. Because Ezzy is out there cooking. People don't talk about Ezzy enough for me. Ezzy Magbegor is serious business, okay? She means business when she goes out there. She's efficient. She's going to give it whatever she needs her to give on the floor, okay? She's going to give you that defense. She's going to get you those rebounds. Excellent touch around the rim. She's great. I love her. Ezzy Magbegor, I'm a fan. I'm a fan bad. Seattle Storm, send me merch. Send me merch. I'm a fan. A Storm's coming for the league. I'm putting the league on notice because honestly, I think the coach, I love Coach Quinn, old girl and them. I love them down. I think they may be too humble, so I'm going to go ahead and do it for them. I'm putting the league on notice. Once Skylar Diggins Smith's shot starts to fall, you get Nneka Mule's energy in there. You mix that up. along with whatever's already cooking with Jewell, Loyd, and Nneka, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a problem. And don't forget about Horston. I don't know her first name. I really don't. I always just hear Horston but defense killer, was blocking shots all over the place against that Indiana Fever. Okay? Watch your back because the storm's coming. I fear it might be a monsoon. So bring an umbrella and a coat. Anyways, next team, LA Sparks. They played somebody. Who was it? Oh my gosh, it's in my notes. Let me go look, y'all. This is so unprofessional, but like I can't give y'all nothing else. I'm gonna be honest. Sparks won against the Mystics. That's a win. Needed that bad. Dearica Hamby played really great that game. Gave you 17 and 18. I don't know how much more you can ask. Cameron Brink stayed out of foul trouble that time, and that's been my biggest, my one critique. Like, I think she just really has to work on that verticality. And you saw that in the game against the Aces on Saturday. She played good defense. Yeah, she was giving Asia, I won't say a run for her money. Not too much. But she just has to stay out of foul trouble. And you even saw that in the Atlanta game, the first game that they had. And I just think once she's able to, like, really get that verticality, and then she gets aggressive scoring, this Sparks team, they're going to be an up and coming. Like, I can feel it. If they can get Zaya Cook, like if they can get her some good looks, if she gets going and she gets more aggressive as she continues to, develop, I think this is going to be a very nasty team. Kia Nurse has been working overtime. The other day when she played against the Aces, I think she was 4 for 4 in the first quarter. Like, she was in there cooking. I think she gave you 20 points that game. She was doing a great job. Gave you 13 against the Mystics the other night. Lexi Brown gave you 20. Like, you need Lexi Brown to hit those shots, and I think that that's kind of one of the reasons why sometimes, like, it's like you just needed her to make like a couple more to really like win the game. And I really think Lexi Brown, she's coming alive. She is. And like I said, Dearica Hamby, she was on a revenge tour game the other day against the Aces after the whole Becky Hammond stuff and the allegations, investigation. I don't really know what came of that investigation. But after she left there, I was sad to see Dearica go. I really was. I'm glad that she's somewhere where it seems like she's a leader and people love her. Cameron has talked about Dearica and has been like, I just love Dearica. I just follow her around I just follow her around. I just love her. We're always talking and stuff, and I love that. I love that Cameron. I love that these rookies are being taken care of, honestly. Rakia also had a great game against the Aces that day, but I'm just happy that Dearica is somewhere where, she's being valued and where she can really be a great piece. Being a 6-man for the Aces is great and everything, but I'm glad that she's able to really like offer some lift, and she's starting, not just off the bench. So I'm really happy. And I like their point guard. I can't think of her name. I think it's Clarendon or something like that. She's been playing really great. And I think she had, I don't want to say it was a triple-double. It could have been, or maybe it was a double-double. I don't know. But she didn't have any turnovers that first game that they played. And a win is a win on that. You know what I'm saying? A win is a win. So Sparks, keep your head up, girl. Keep your head up. I'm supporting you. I don't need any merch. But if you were to send me merch, send me some of that Cameron Brink merch or Dearica Hamby or if I get like a hoodie or something and a Kia Nurse jersey. Get me a Kia Nurse jersey and I'm going to be just like this with them LA Sparks, girl. We're going to be just like this. We're going to be besties, back besties. Anyways, Las Vegas Aces. Here's the thing. I didn't watch that Mercury game because I was distracted that day. However, I did watch the quick game. It got a little nasty between Sophie Cunningham and Jackie Young. And y'all know I'm a ride or die for my Aces, first of all. Secondly, y'all know that I like me some Sophie Cunningham. I like the grittiness. I like that she's going to get on the floor. And recently, we're going to get to this in a second. Like, because I'm going to repeat it because I like Sophie Cunningham. I'm going to repeat it. But she really was out there guarding the 5. When they played the Dream the other day, she was out there guarding the 5. Yeah. Tina Charles, she was out there guarding the 5. The way that she can defend any position. I think that's not talked about enough. But anyways, I don't really like to play. nobody plays with Jackie Young. You know what I'm saying? And I think some video footage or some mic leaks came out, and she was talking, like, I think Jackie ended up saying something like, you're not built like that. You're not built like that. And honestly, I believed you, Jackie. I believe Jackie Young. Jackie Young is gonna go out there and do what she needs to do. Anyways, Aces, they played 2 games this week. I think they played the Mercury, and then they played the Sparks on Saturday. Saturday's game, great showing from Asia, obviously. Great showing from KP and Jackie Young. I think Kate Martin had a big block that game. I remember that. Kate Martin had a big game. And honestly, I'm happy that she's getting minutes. And when I saw that game, I was like, I hope that she gets more minutes. And then I believe she got minutes in the Mercury game. I think she got 13 minutes in the Mercury game. And that's honestly, I'm happy for Kate Martin. She deserves it. She got that $100,000 and she got that playing time. And she's supposed to be shadowing Aliyah Clark. And y'all know I love me some Aliyah Clark because 3 and D, she gonna get you on that 3 and she gonna hustle back on D, okay? And I think if you have Kate Martin shadowing her, and I heard the commentator saying that she's been talking to Chelsea Gray and figuring out how to, best get the ball to Asia and stuff like that, when to get it to her, how to get it to her. Kate Martin is going to be, let me just say this. If she's shadowing Aliyah Clark, 3-time champion, let me just say this. Kate Martin is going to be in the league for a very long time. She is. She's going to be in the league for a very long time, and she's going to be successful on the team, okay? Because she's buying into her role. She's doing what she needs to do. She's playing her role, and I don't think you can ask for anything more. I like that Kate Martin. I do. I like that Kate Martin. I like her energy. Her fans, they go hard for her in the paint. But I like that Kate Martin. I do. Anywho, Megan Gustafson. I saw some people saying that she didn't need to be taking those shots because she was shooting some threes. Here's the thing. Becky needs that floor stretched, okay? Becky Hammond needs that floor stretched, and she said, you know what? I told Kia to do it, and if Kia ain't gonna do it, she's not gonna stretch that floor, then Megan, get in there and you do it. And well, I think she got some really great looks that game on Saturday. She did. She got some open looks. They just didn't fall. I think when they do fall eventually, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem for the league. But I did notice that Kia Stokes, not too much on her because I love me some Kia Stokes. UConn alum. I love me a Husky. I didn't go to UConn, but I love me a Husky. And Kia Stokes, I think she shot a couple threes in the game against Mercury. They ain't win, but hey, she did what Becky asked. You know what I'm saying? That's all you can do. Do what the coach asked and keep it pushing. Keep your head down. She gonna play some good defense. She gonna rebound. Also, I do like the when Kate Martin's on the floor, I like the lineup that's like kind of like small ball, I guess. I don't know. But I like where Asia's at the 5. I don't know who is at the 4. Maybe Kate, I guess. Maybe Kate. Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young, and Aliyah Clark. I think Allisha might be playing the 4 then in that case. Asia, Kate, Allisha, KP, Jackie. Yeah, I like that lineup a lot. I think it works really well, and it's like just a really great defensive lineup to me because all of those players play good defense, but also if you need them to go hit a 3 on the other end, they're able to do that for you, and they're also all capable passers. And something else I've been liking, Jackie Young running the point has been really great for the team, I think. I think during the finals last year, Kelsey more so ran the point, and I didn't love it. So I'm liking seeing Jackie taking more of that point guard role, but I love that she's facilitating and creating for others. But also what I've noticed from watching those 2 games is that Jackie's creating for other people, yes, but then Kelsey will go and make sure that she's creating for Jackie, making sure she's getting some good passes to Jackie so that she can be a scoring threat because they need Jackie, KP, and Asia to score. And like I said before, I think it can be hard to do that while you're also trying to facilitate if that's not what you're always doing because usually they always have Chelsea Gray. I think the game they lost against the Mercury the other day, really great game. I did say, though, last week or a week before then that once this Mercury team played more together, they were going to be dangerous. And I was absolutely correct. And that was shown in the Mercury's win over the Dream. I think they won against, they did. Yeah, they did. And their win against the Dream and then their win against the Aces. I just really like, they have a lot of great pieces there. And I'm going to be honest, like I said before, when I saw Kahleah Copper play and got 2021 Finals MVP, I was like, Kahleah Copper is serious. When Chicago Sky moved off her, that was shocking. That was shocking to me. I don't remember if it was free agency or if they just like were trading, but that was crazy option to me because Kahleah Copper is serious business, and she's shown that in the past 2 games that she's played for the Mercury. And they just look really, it's looking really great for the Mercury right now. I'm not gonna lie, it's looking really good. Like they're a problem. They are. I'm seeing a couple of problems that could be arising for the three-peat. I am. And not that I don't believe in the Aces. It's just that, like, I'm really locked in and focused. And I'm like, there are some people who want that ring. There are some people who want that ring. And it's going to be interesting. Like, this is going to be such a great season. And that's what I've been loving about the season, is that it's so high energy. Everybody is really out there and they are gunning to win. Like, they want to win, and I love that. And that you could even see that in the preseason. Like, people wanted to win preseason games, and I love that. But back to what I was saying. Mercury, you have Sophie Cunningham. She's doing great. Like that Sophie Cunningham. Like I said, she was playing the 5 a little bit. Sorry. She went and she was playing the 5 a little bit. She played, she can just defend really well. She gets down and she gets gritty, and she can also hit a 3. I like Sophie Cunningham, but again, don't play with my aces. It's never that. Never that. Diana Taurasi is a little messy. I saw that little grin that she had when things were getting a little nasty in the scuffle. I saw that, Diana. Keep it cute, Diana. I love Diana's a little messy. It's just so fun to me. Anyways, but Diana, she's been shooting well, especially for her to be, 40, 41. It's absolutely insane what she's doing, and at the caliber that she's doing it. Just absolutely insane. We should all be amazed. Honestly, Natasha Cloud has been facilitating really well, and even had a really big stop with 5. She had 5 fouls, got a big stop against the Dream the other day. And like I said, is really just doing a great job facilitating. And I really just love the joy that's coming from this Mercury team. Like, again, that's something else that I really love about the WNBA, is that everybody just looks like they're having fun playing the game. Like, and I love that. I'm really happy that, they're having fun, but also that there are other people who are watching the game and they're enjoying it. And this has just been a really great season so far. And we're only like 5-6 games in, and the energy and the vibes are already absolutely immaculate, really great, outside of the whole like conversations that are going on with the media. When you're just focusing on the basketball, it's just really great, amazing. I'm loving it. There was somebody else that I wanted to remember to talk about. Who was it? Let me check my notes, actually. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to be professional. Like I said, Kahleah Copper been going crazy. Now I'll wait on the Dream because I can't. I'm so disappointed in them right now. Oh, God, I can't even. My head hurts, actually, just thinking about it. Maybe I didn't have anything to say. Oh, actually, I did. The Dream versus Mercury game, that was a rough watch for me because, the Dream, that's the hometown team. I used to go watch the games. They don't really be doing nothing, which is why I don't really be paying attention to them for real. But I'm trying to get back in there. I'm trying to love them. I'm trying to love them. It's a love-hate relationship right now because Atlanta teams are always going to let you down. Like, if you're into sports, you know about that Atlanta Falcons Super Bowl where they dropped the ball. My father hates when I bring that up. Actually, we don't actually talk about that as a family. It's kind of like one of those non-touchables. We just don't touch it. We don't talk about that. But the Braves, they finally won something. I think 2 years ago, because they had a parade when I was in school. I went to Georgia State and they were having a parade in the streets and they were like, be careful because there's a parade outside. Anyways, but it's just like I'm just so used to Atlanta teams disappointing me that I don't really I don't ask too much. You know what I mean? And so it's kind of tough for me to go and watch the Dream play because it's like I can see the vision. It's right here. I see the vision, but it's like there's a curse. There's a curse. The Atlanta Hawks, and they don't do nothing. They're trash, absolutely garbage. And so I see the Dream and I see the potential that they have, and damn it. It hurts. It hurts me to watch the games. It hurts inside. Anyways, but y'all know I'm dramatic. So anyways, but I really did want to show you guys this stat right here. If you're listening to this episode, I'm going to explain it. Right now I'm playing or I have on the screen for the video viewers, this lead tracker. If anybody ever thought that the Mercury weren't going to win this game, they had the lead for 95% of the game. This is why I don't get my hopes up. Because at the end I was like, okay, they might be able to pull it out. They might be able to put something together. No. No. Immediately no. Actually, yeah. No. Like I said, really great. A lot of great stuff. Natasha Mack, lastly, on the Mercury, playing the center right now while BG's out, gave you 11 boards that game. I thought that was really great. Honestly, like I said, Mercury are going to be a problem. And I think as the season goes on, we're just going to keep seeing more and more of that example. The Minnesota Lynx, they barely played this week. I think they only played one time. They played Thursday, but I couldn't watch that game because I was supposed to be recording the podcast. So I didn't see that. But the game I did see with them against the Seattle Storm, probably the most entertaining game that I've watched this season so far. I watched that one live. I went to urgent care and then I came home, was feeling sick. I was like, I need to eat some dinner though. The game was coming on right at 10 around the time I got home. And I had the best time watching that game. It was the Minnesota home opener. Napheesa Collier, amazing. Has to be an MVP conversation, is playing at an MVP caliber level. I know it's only the beginning of the season, but she looked great. Let me actually find her stats and they're right at the top because she played so great. And I'm telling you, I was having so much fun watching this game because why was I having so much fun? Because they had what I like about League Pass and the WNBA League Pass. If you don't have it, you should get it actually because they show the in-game stuff. So they were showing the people dancing in the stands and stuff, listening to music, getting down. And they even had this fruit by the foot, eating challenge. And this girl, she got some money. Anywho, but it was just a really great time. And I could feel the vibe. I felt like I was at the game. The vibes were just absolutely immaculate. And I was just happy to be watching the game, honestly. I was rooting for the Storm, but I have a soft spot for the Lynx, I think, because Kayla McBride used to play for the Aces, and then she went here and she did what she needed to do. She missed 2 free throws at the end of the fourth, which could have won them the game, maybe, possibly, but they still won the game. She gave you 19 that game. But back to Napheesa Collier, like I said, amazing game, 29 points, 9 rebounds, 6 steals, 5 assists, 2 blocks. Nobody could stop her. I want her in the MVP conversation yesterday. Napheesa Collier, amazing, great vibes. Like I said, Alana Smith, she had a great game as well. 16 points, 6 blocks, 3 steals, 5 rebounds. That game went into double overtime. I fell asleep in the fourth. It was really late. It was really late on the East. It was quite late that day. Woke up, found out they went to double overtime and my team lost. I said, I need to go watch it. Watched it immediately. Amazing. Alyssa Peely, she got some minutes on the floor and she hit a 3. I think that's the best you can ask for. I think some people said, their coach said she just needs to work on defense a little bit more. And I definitely understood that when I saw her playing a little bit. But once she gets her defense together, it's going to be really great. Courtney Williams gave you 10 points. I don't think you can ask for too much more. Bridget Carlton, she came off the bench and was great. 6 rebounds, 2 steals. Natisha Heidemann, great defense. I think she put a lot of pressure on the offense, especially on Skylar Diggins. And Like I said, I think Skylar Diggins is like, I think if you like, I think she needs to slow it down a little bit, but also that's not her style of play. So like, it's still, anyways. But I think she put some pressure on her, and forced her to, do some tough stuff, and it was just a really altogether great game from the Lynx. And I'm telling you right now, I don't want to see them with Dearica Uhas. I don't know if she's coming to play after the Olympics or something, or I don't know if maybe she's just coming back next season. I don't know. But I do not want to see this team with Dearica Uhas on it. I don't. I really don't. It's going to be a problem. I think all of these teams are a problem because there's only 12 teams, but I'm having a great time. I'm having a great time women's basketball. Dallas Wings, let's get into them. Listen. The Dallas Wings, I told y'all that I'm a fan last week. I may have to retract my status. I need Arike, and no shade. No shade. Went and dropped 35, went to propose to her girlfriend. Congrats to them. Shout out to them. I'm not going to deny that Arike be out there doing what she does. Like there was one point she was playing. Who was she playing against? She was playing against the Mystics, I think. Yeah, they were playing against the Mystics. Was it the Mystics? Hold on, guys. There's so many notes. Hold on. Let me find it. Let me find it, guys. There were just far too many games. I'm telling y'all, I might have to start posting twice a week because it was just getting ridiculous. It was against the Dream, like I thought. There was a point when Arike, she was shooting off one leg. There was one point where she had dribbled into the paint, stopped, took 2 steps to the left, and then shot off balance off one foot. And I was like, what are we doing here? And it went in. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, she came to get down and she didn't need to pass the ball. People have said on social media she needs to pass that damn ball. They've said that. And I get that. I think. But I mean, if she can still give you 24, 3 steals, shoot. I don't really know if you can win a championship long term on that. But she be out there cooking, and I don't know what else there is to say. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that there is anything to say. Arike is gonna Arike. So there's that. Monique Billings, great job. I can't believe that she got waived from a team earlier this season because she was out there in this dream game. I ain't even watched this one, mind you. I watched the quick game that's available on WNBA app. They give you basically almost every scoring possession in a little 10 minutes. I'm telling you right now, if you don't have a WNBA League Pass, girl, it's time to lock in. You can get them quick games better than the highlights. Quick games, WNBA League Pass, $34.99 for the season. Anyways, Monique Billings is big time. I'm telling you, I don't know how this happened. Natasha Howard's out with an injury. Somebody else is injured. Jaylen Brown, Satu Sabali, they got the bench is bad. The bench, it's injured. They're injured. They're hurting. They're hurting right now. But Monique Billings is big time. And she's out there. And I can't believe that team, I don't even remember what team released her, but I can't believe they released her because she gave you 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 blocks. I don't know how you're waving that. I know I can't do that. That's just me, though. That's just me. I don't know what team waived her, but they were severely mistaken. Anywho, we have Uzun. I told y'all a week ago, preseason, I said, I like that girl. She's facilitating well. It's not necessarily that I need her to score. I don't think we need that. I think we need a ball pusher. Sometimes you just need a traditional point guard. The pick and roll that she had going with Kalani Brown was cooking down bad. I'm telling you right now. Old girl was passing that ball. I'm to pick, run to the basket, tossing it. Points. What can I say? Points. You can't ask for more than that from your point. You can't ask for too much more than that. Jacy Sheldon, active, high energy. I like it. I love it, honestly. I think what you need here, I think they played 2 games this week and they lost both of them. And here's the thing. I think you just need Maddy Siegrist to have a big game like she did that first game. First game of the season, she came out aggressive. She came out strong. And you could just tell she was putting everything on the court. And I'm not saying she's not putting everything on the court now. That is not at all what I'm saying. But I think that you need more from her than just 9 points. I think you need more from her. And maybe we try to pass her the ball more. That's all I'm going to say there. I'm not going to say who needs to pass the ball, but maybe we pass the ball. Maybe we run some play for her. I don't know. But she plays well. She plays hard. I would just like to see her. I like to see more from her. I like that girl, Maddy Siegrist. I like her. I like her a lot. But yeah, that's it for the Dallas Wings. Now on to the Chicago Sky. Gonna be honest with you, lovely team they have. The games I watched this week, I wasn't too intrigued. Like I said, Angel Reese, I don't know what the hell was going on in that game. Cooked that Liberty team. Cooked them. Absolutely devoured them. I forgot the girl's name. Is it Cheyenne Carter? Maybe. I know she's going to give you good defense. I like that girl. Hold on, guys. Let me check my notes. I'm always checking these damn notes. Hold on. Now hold on. Sky versus Wing. Let's see what I said. What did I have said? Elizabeth Williams, big time. Was big time in the Sky versus Wings game. Like I had said, Kennedy Carter gave you 12 off the bench that game. Elizabeth Williams gave you 12 and 10, 5 blocks and steals. Great game for her. And the streets are saying, because I didn't watch the game because I was recording this podcast, streets are saying that Angel Reese and Elizabeth Williams was giving Jonquel Jones the business. The business. That's Jonquel. Y'all have seen Jonquel. Look at Jonquel. I'm going to put a picture on the page. Y'all have seen Jonquel. They was giving. I saw Angel Reese go and steal that ball from Brianna. She just pushed her like that. Like what? What? Absolutely ridiculous. Nasty work. I love it. I'm so happy they won because, like I said, it's always low key. We don't want them to win. But I like that Ellie the Elephant. I like that elephant. I do. Anyways, congrats to the Sky on winning that game. Congrats to them on winning this Sky versus Wings game. They won that game, right? I'm not going to check. Just take my word for it. Oh, yeah. I see right here it says they led for a lot of the game but couldn't pull it out. My notes are real. I even said right there, Maddy need to be a little more aggressive. We just need more from Maddy. Love you down, Maddy. Anyways, Chicago Sky, keep doing what you're doing. I'm ready for Camila Cardozo to get up in there. But until then, they holding down the fort. They're holding down the fort. And also, shout out to Angel Reese for making sure our girl Nneka got to see the court the other day. Give her her tens. Angel Reese is moving on big business. I've heard that she also has a little soccer team. Not soccer team. She is a part owner in a little soccer team or something. Congrats to her. Big money. Angel Reese deserves. Me next. Give me money next. Anyways, it's like I want to avoid the fever conversation. And so we're gonna save them for last. Atlanta Dream. I have notes. You guys had a good game against the Mercury. People aren't talking about Allisha Gray enough. The commentators are talking about her. I've never seen anybody say the Atlanta Dream looks so good. I have actually never seen that. Now that I'm really thinking about it, and that's not even on no hater shit, bro. I've never seen anybody say the Atlanta Dream looked good. Never heard that. And I watch the team. I live here. I look at them. Haley Jones. I like her. I looked at some of her highlights because I have never been familiar with her game. I think she just has to loosen up a little. She was loose in that first quarter against the Dallas Wings. And they won the game, I think. Did they win the game? They won the game, right? They won the game? Not. Let me go check my notes. Oh, this is embarrassing. See, but that tells you how. See, because I don't even know who won the game. Are you seeing? Are you seeing the problem? Are you seeing? Are you seeing the problem? Again, I ain't watch it, so they ain't even relate that one. Anyways, yep, the Dream won. The other day you had 5 players in double figures, and I think that's always a recipe to win. I just think Haley Jones has to loosen up a little bit. Like, she was, like I said, she got to that basket. I saw some of her highlights. Last year, she was getting to the basket a little bit. She was making some really great passes. I don't know, she just seems a little hesitant this year. I want to see something great from Haley Jones. I know that they're waiting for Jordan Canada to get healthy, but I still want Haley Jones on the floor. Like, I still want her to see court time. And I think she just has to loosen up a little bit in order to get that. And I think she's going to be okay. And I really like to see her score a little bit more, get a little more aggressive. I think it's only her second year. I think this is only her second year in the league. So I'm sure she'll be fine, but hoping for the best from her. Like I said, 5 people in double digits. You can never be mad at that. Allisha Gray played great against the Mercury. But like I said, I'm not hearing a lot of people talk about Allisha Gray. I'm really not. She gave you 21 points. I love her aggression. I love her hustle. She gets you steals. She plays hard on defense. I love it. You like it. I love it. Allisha Gray, keep doing what you're doing. Keep putting the team on your back with Rhyne Howard in them. Okay. Rhyne Howard gave you 15 and 10. Rhyne Howard was absolutely cooking in the game against the Mercury. Absolutely amazing. She was actually doing so good. Collier Copper was like, okay, I need to tighten up in the second half, and did. And Rhyne Howard didn't really see the same amount of points. But Rhyne Howard was definitely the reason that they were up in that game. Cheyenne Parker Tyus played great. Took that shoulder in the mouth the other day. 16 points that next game. So Cheyenne Parker Tyus, keep doing what you do, girl. I saw you hit that little mid-range at the top of the key. I saw that. Girl. I was about to ask for merch from this dream, but I have actually shit talked in this entire episode. No shade. I applied for a job there. I won't be getting it. But hey, I love you guys. I love y'all. Hey, anyways. Tina Charles, 12 and 11. She's been playing the game for a minute. Okay. Thank you, Tina Charles, for what you do. Aerial Powers gave you 10 points. Haven't really seen that much from Aerial Powers this season. But I'm sure, it just takes time to get going. So I'm sure it'll be great. Atlanta Dream. You look like something. Okay. Keep it pushing, guys. Keep going. Make me proud. Please, I'm begging you. Anyways, Mystics. Aliyah Edwards got her first start this season. She played great that game. How many she get? She got points. Hold on. Let me check my notes. This is actually embarrassing, y'all. Hold on. Mystics versus Sparks, was it that one? No. She did give you 10 and 3 that game. That's the fever, this is so thick. Aliyah Edwards, first start, she gave you 9 and 11. Ariel Atkins and Carly Samuelson, and even that Van Loo, I can't think of her name right now, but the Van Loo and even Walker Kimbrough, they're gritty. I really like them. Carly Samuelson is always going to hit a 3 and keep you in that game. I just really love the defense for this team. They're very young, and people are saying it's a rebuild and everything, and yeah, it is, but I really like the energy. They're very defensive-minded. I think Shakira Austin, she was out for a game this week. I don't remember, which one it was, but, well, obviously it was the one Aliyah started, but I think if she can start knocking down those close layups, those shots close to the rim, I think this team's going to be in good shape, honestly. And I think they have they're always going to have potential to win. I think they're just a great team defensively. They just need to knock down some shots, figure out their offense a little bit more, but it doesn't look terrible. No team looks god awful. there's one team, but I'm not gonna go there right now. We haven't seen them at their best yet. But yeah, this Mystics team. I'm not too interested in them, but Ariel Atkins definitely gave you a lot of points that one game. I can't remember what game it was, but I had her stats somewhere on here, but I don't really recall, so we're not going to talk about those. But Ariel Atkins can go and get you a bucket when necessary. I think she had like 21 or 19 or something the other day. Played really great. Mystics, keep your head up. I'll be watching quietly in a corner. Next, we have the New York Liberty. Watching them play the Storm was really tough because I feel like when you're playing a team like the Liberty or like a very high caliber team, like you just like, it's like everything is being like, every weakness you have is like being amplified. And that's what it felt like watching that Seattle Storm team. But again, they were without Nneka. So, and Skylar Diggins-Smith isn't, and really the team just wasn't at their best. I'm not even going to give them like a second like on that because they just weren't at their very absolute best, and I don't want people to get beside themselves. Sorry, my computer logged. But I don't want people to get beside themselves. I don't want people to get beside themselves and start thinking that the Storm just not great. No, they're good. They're just going through something right now. They're having a rough start to the season at the beginning, but it's okay because all their pieces are coming together. I'm a Storm defender. Anyways, New York Liberty look great. I'm pretty sure like almost every single game they've had multiple people in double figures, which is a problem. Their defense, amazing, really great. Clearly not great enough if they lost against the Sky, but that's neither here nor there. Jonquel Jones is out there doing what she needs to do. What more can I say? Brianna Stewart has been a lot more aggressive. I said at the beginning of the season that you just need her to be more aggressive and they're going to be okay. And surely enough, they've been okay. Watching Sabrina Ionescu, I don't know what her last name is. You know who I'm talking about. Sabrina. Watching Sabrina do that little fake pass and then shoot and then walk away with like the little, that was embarrassing as hell. It was white on white crime. That's what it was. It was white on white crime and it felt wrong to be watching, honestly. It hurt. It did. I was like, damn. Caitlin got to work on that defense, though. That's all I'm going to say about the Fever right now. But she got to work on that defense a little bit because there was a couple times where she needed to get some help defense. She could have gone to help, but she didn't. And maybe that was the right move because then it would have gave whoever she was supposed to be guarding a free shot. But she's going to have to tighten up on that defense. She's going to have to do something because there's no way Sabrina should be hitting shots like that. There's no way. No. Don't give her enough free shot. Make her work for it. Make her work. She making you work. Make her work too. Anyways, Benijah Laney, Hamilton, great. No notes. None. Like, guarded Jewell Loyd. No notes. Like, old girl couldn't get a shot going. She couldn't. She had to go to the free throw line. Benijah Laney, she's something serious. She means business. And I fear for not all teams. Some teams this season when they go up against them. Not too much, though, because like I said, Liberty ain't all that because they against the Aces, so they ain't all that. But I have one more thing to add. Oh, last year, the Aces, they maybe took a little slight dig, a little sneak diss at the Liberty. Kelsey Plum said, you can't put a team together over the offseason and expect them to win. And ever since then, I've heard that these commentators just keep mentioning Holly Rowe was over there that day talking about they have a book club and they just do so many things together and they spend every moment together and they hang out and nobody's trying to hear all that rah. First of all, okay, they took that sneak diss at last year and now they're trying to get into their good grace. They're trying to have team press conferences, and I'm gonna tell you one thing, I'm not letting that slide over here. I see what you're doing, and I'm seeing right through it. I'm seeing right through that. Yeah, I'm seeing right through that. Not too much. Anyways, the Connecticut Sun, they had some great games this week. Dejanay Carrington, she's always going to get you. She's going to play defense. Like, you can say that about everybody on this team, but to me, over the past few games, it's felt like whenever they need them the most, like they need them bad, Dejanay Carrington goes and gives you that, just that. Y'all saw, now Alyssa Smith had to go and keep Wheeler off her. She went and blocked that, and she was talking some trash after, as she should. As she should. She said, not in my house. Not in my house. And Alyssa Smith, when Erica tried to come up in there, she said, no, not mine. Get up off that. As she should. As she should. I love the mess that's between the Indiana Fever and the Sun. I love that. Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner, amazing. I don't know what more there is to say. They're always going to do what they need to do on the court, and they're always going to be a problem for every team. Like, there's nothing more to say there. Let me think. Is there... Oh, Ty Harris definitely gave you some timely buckets, and gave them to you when, honestly, I thought the game was going a little against the Fever. She gave you that. And it was just good. Honestly, I'm really happy for this here team. They have some heavy hitters. Brianna Jones, she's always going to come in there, be physical, do what she needs to do. That was a good matchup for them. Did they play somebody else? They played somebody else, but I don't really remember. And I'm pretty sure I didn't even watch the game. So no reason to even talk about that. Just know Alyssa Thomas, DeWanna Bonner, Dejanay Carrington, Ty Harris and them, they gonna get it together. And also, them two girls from the UConn team, when they played the other day, who did they play against? I don't remember. It wasn't the Fever game, but whoever they played the other day, they went and they combined for 16 points. And I wanted to talk about that and mention that. I think one of the names was Gabrielle, something. Google it. Anyways, lastly, damn it, the Indiana Fever. I have a couple of things to say here. Where to start? When I watched that Sun versus Fever game, I kept thinking about that song by Natasha Bedingfield, when she's like reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. And it was the wind was so close they could almost taste it. And what was really crazy was I had even gone on TikTok, and against my better judgment, I stuck up for Coach Christie sides. And in the back of my mind, I just knew I shouldn't have done it. I knew it. There was something in me that was like, Tori, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't defend her. Don't defend her. You're just going to make it look a clown. And, I went on there and I was like, some of y'all got too loose at the lips and y'all owe Christy Sides an apology because she knew what she was talking about. And then they went and fucked it up. And damn it. Very on brand for them. Not shocking that they fucked it up. I'm not shocked at all. I'm getting a little concerned for Coach Christie's size. Let's actually address that first. I'm getting concerned a little bit for Coach Christie's size because it's becoming even more apparent. People do not want that lady to have a job. Yeah. People do not want that lady to have a job. And me personally, we're only 5-6 games in. I need to see a couple more games before I'm like, it's the coach is the problem. Because there's been moments when I think she's coached well. In this game against the Sun, she told Caitlin, when Caitlin was getting frustrated that people weren't catching these passes, which has been a very big discussion on Twitter and many other places, that the people can't catch the ball, they're not fast enough, they're not... Shut the hell up, first of all. Secondly, old girl said it's going to take some time. Give them time. And I thought that was a good coaching thing to say. That was a good, as a coach, I would say that. Give them time. It's that simple. Give them time. And then they started catching the passes the next game. Crazy. Imagine. Anyways, that happened. And, like I said, I want to defend Coach Christie Sides because here's the thing. Here's the problem. In the NBA, we're seeing a lot of coaches losing their head coaching jobs. Okay. I probably don't even have enough fingers to count how many coaches have lost their jobs in the past 3 seasons. If I had to just go and start listing them off, it'd probably be more than are on these little fingers. I think I may have over dramatized that. Anyways, but I think and even with this Indiana Fever team, they've been through a lot of coaches in the past few years. And if we're talking about, and all the commentators and all the people keep talking about, they don't have an identity, the Indiana Fever don't have that identity. Here's the thing. You don't get an identity if you keep changing the coach. You have to set a precedent first, and then maybe you bring in a really winning coach. I don't know. I don't know what the perfect right steps are. But I will say this, to the people who are doing too much on the Indiana Fever, of course, I'm not going to say the team sucks, because they don't. They have bright patches. I'm not going to say they have bright spots. No, these are merely patches, and they're gray patches at that. But this team, of course, people have said this numerous times on the internet, and I'm going to say it again. You don't get the number one pick because you're great. It takes time. You have to gel together. You have to work together. It's going to take time. First of all, that's one. Two, what's two? Oh, two, what is two? Damn, lost my train of thought. Oh, two, the Vegas Aces, they needed 3 back-to-back number one picks to get to the point where they're at. And now they're back-to-back champions. You don't do that overnight. Y'all have got to calm down, bro. Y'all are expecting a lot from Caitlyn. You're expecting a lot from Aliyah, and we're about to get into that in a second. But y'all have got to calm down. It takes years to get this right. Becky Hammond wasn't even coaching. They had the big three, and actually they had the big three and they had Chelsea Gray, and they didn't win it. They went and got Becky, and then boom. They did a lot of losing, and I mean a lot. If you go back and look at their records, they only won 3 games one season. It takes time. You guys have to give it time. You can't just expect that it's going to be that Caitlin Clark is going to be make the team great. LeBron James on the Cavaliers, he was great. They ain't win no championship until he came back after he won in Miami. Different cast. I don't know what people can be great. Doesn't mean that the team is going to look how you think it might in your mind. A lot of times their shots don't even fall. They have a lot of things that they need to work on beyond just the coaching. And it's not, okay, maybe people are right about the coaching. I don't know. Again, I need to see the season before I can say somebody was a terrible coach. It's only been a couple games. It's a sample size. I need the whole thing. But there are moments when they're not even catching the ball. There are moments when they're just not hitting open shots. There are things here. They have to learn each other. There are things to work on beyond just the coaching, okay? So let's cool it for a second. I will say the passing has gotten better, and what I will say about that passing is even the commentator said they interviewed some people from the Iowa team, and they said, one of the teammates said, yeah, it took me a while to get used to the passes. Ball used to hit my face a lot. I caught a lot of basketballs to the face. Because her passes, the way her mind works, they went on this whole rant about how she sees things before they happen, and I'm not going into all that. But they said it takes time to get used to the passes, and as we've seen, Fag Benlay, who's not being talked about enough, has been catching these passes. In the end of the Suns game, kept him in it first. Secondly, the next game against the Storm, she was doing a great job. They have a great 2-man game. I think if you can turn that 2-man game into Aliyah Boston helping, and maybe Aliyah Boston is just strictly pick and roll, I don't know, but if you can get that game going, it's going to be great. It's going to be fine. We haven't seen this team at their best, at their most competitive, because Aliyah Boston isn't playing to the standard that she played last year, and that's no shade to her. I think that even Dawn Staley said, I'd give her the pass again for the layup. She had 3 defenders around her. People were acting like she had a wide open look at the basket. And even if she did, ideally, if you're playing a really great game of basketball, you never want, and it should, if you're playing perfect basketball, like people seem to be acting like this was, if you're playing perfect basketball, nothing's coming down to the last layup. Nothing's coming down to that. And even then, that wasn't the last shot they got. It didn't help that on the other end, Caitlyn had, I think it was a clear path foul, or a take foul or something. And then she also got a tech. So then that gave them points at the free throw line. This was a very winnable game in my mind. If different decisions are made, very winnable game, first of all. Secondly, Caitlin did a great job hitting that three. The assist from Wheeler that put them over the top the first time they led in the game, great. Beautiful. Amazing three. That's what we want to see. Of course, like I said, they fucked it up, so what more? What can you do? But I did want to get that off my chest with Christy Sides. First of all, that game against the Sun, you only had 2 people in double figures. I think you always going to need more. You're always going to need more than just 2 people in double figures. Team can't be relying on just, you need other people. You need others. And the Liberty are the perfect example of that. The people are focused on Caitlin, and I get it. What I have been enjoying on the side of Caitlin is Kelsey Mitchell. She's not being talked about enough. Kelsey Mitchell is elite. Was knocking down buckets in this game and in the Storm game. Kelsey Mitchell is serious business. And honestly, I like the starting combo of Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark over Erica Wheeler and Caitlin. I prefer that. Kelsey Mitchell, she goes there, get you a bucket at the same time. Great passer. I think she's a good facilitator. I like her next to Clark. Like I said, masterful three that Caitlin hit that game. What else is there to say? Coach Sides, like I said, I think she hold on, I have in my notes that I'm giving Coach Sides props, but I don't know what for. Hold on. Oh, it's because she was telling them to give them time. Right. I think, like I said, Caitlin with the turnover and the foul and the tech, I think that comes down to just like poise. You know, everybody's always talking about we have to stay poised. The poise is so important. And these are the moments when that's important, where you have to just like, even though your emotions are high, not letting them get the best of you. Because a lot of times when you are playing through emotion like that, and the emotion is like frustration or anger, it's now you've gone and made like a poor defensive decision. And like I said, I think that's just a learning moment. Like, she'll learn from this. As for Aliyah Boston, I think she hasn't been as dominant recently, but I know that she has it in her. And honestly, I hope that her mental health is okay, first and foremost. Last year, she played really great. Team was basically on her back. And they didn't have a winning record, obviously, last season, but she was Rookie of the Year last year. Sometimes you don't start the season great. Sometimes maybe she even has an off season. Regardless, she's a great player, and she proved that last year. She was an all-star her first year. Like, I think she'll learn and she'll grow from these moments. But I don't think that blaming her for a layup where she had literally 3 defenders on her, I don't think that's great. And people were acting like, oh, I could have hit that. No, you couldn't have. Be serious. Y'all ain't no pros. People was all on Twitter. I could have hit that at LA Fitness. And that's why you're at the LA Fitness and not in a nationally broadcast game. Anyways, but like I said, I'm not going to blame her for that. Ideally, if you're playing a great game of basketball, you don't want it to come down to a layup, and you don't let it come down to a layup. It takes more than just one play to lose a game. Yeah, everything's about timeliness. Everything, it's a game of runs, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it takes a lot more than just one layup to lose a game. It took numerous, maybe it was turnovers or in like the first half or something, or who knows what. But ideally, you don't want it to come down to 2 points at the end of the game. And even if you're able to pull out the win, it's still like, dang, that was really close. Anyways, but that's besides the point. I have one more for the Fever, I think. Let me look. Hold on, I'm scrolling. Their game against the Storm. I have 2 things. The game against the Storm, Skylar Diggins-Smith, I really liked that. Even though in the first half her shot wasn't falling, she was 0 for 5. I like that she didn't force it. And I also thought the no call on Caitlin Clark was messed up. Didn't love that. I really thought that this game was hanging in the balance. I was really nervous for this team. I was really nervous. I thought that the Fever were going to pull it out, and I really didn't want them to win. I'm so sorry. I really didn't. I'm not rooting against them, but like I'm not rooting for them either. So it's like, ooh, it's really tough. But I just love the Storm. So I do want to see Indiana get a win though. It just doesn't need to be against the teams that I'm going hard for, aka the Storm, the Aces. Well, damn, that's kind of it, isn't it? That's kind of it, isn't it? Dallas Wings, I would hate to see that, but I would not be surprised at all. I would not be surprised. But anywho, like I said, the game was close for that Fever and Storm game, but I think Skylar Diggins played some good defense on her. And I think that when it came down to it, Caitlin mishandling the ball a little bit they played on that experience they played on that inexperience a little bit, and Caitlin Clark kind of mishandled the ball, and it just got unfortunate. And then it was a jump, I think, and at that point the game was over. But I mean, they really fight and they play with a lot of grit, that team, and they stay in it. I do think that the one thing I do critique about Indiana, I want to see Celeste Taylor out there on the floor. I want to see Lexi Hull out there more. She definitely played more in the Fever game, but she did not play at all in the Sun game. But I want to see Celeste Taylor coach sides. Let me help you keep this job, coach. Okay? Listen to me. Let me help you keep this job. I can't write up no plays, but listen. I can help you. I can give you some tips now. I think with the Liberty game, that's the one. The Liberty game that they played, I felt like a little bit they knew that they were going to lose it, obviously. And they had fully succumbed to their wounds at some point in the third. But I felt like I didn't love them just chucking shots up. I think that they just need to play even when they're losing and they know they're going to lose. I feel like they need to just keep playing good basketball because it's going to build better habits for the future. And that was my critique. So, anywho, I'm going to go now because it is quite late. It's like 4 a.m. on a Friday and I have to go to work. So, I'm going to go, but I do want to thank you guys so much for listening. And tell me if you guys preferred this version of the podcast or if you liked last week's format of like going through the stuff. I was gonna talk about the Aces investigation, but I don't feel like it. Because this episode is far too long. I was only supposed to be giving y'all 30 minutes. But I had things to say. I got so excited, I got worked up. Anyways, but tell me which one you like, if you just like me just going through the map and just saying what I thought, or if you want the game by game, or maybe we can just find like a healthy balance of both. Regardless, I'm going to have a lot of time on my hands, so you're probably going to be getting more episodes of these. They're probably going to be bi-weekly because I'm going to have that kind of time. So yeah, anywho, like and subscribe, get in the comments, yap, talk. Have a good week, I guess. I'll see you guys back here next Friday. Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna see y'all. Okay.